Alright, this thing on. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Trevor. I am your host here on the Technique and Results personal training page. Alright, so this first video going up is basically an introduction to what to expect on this page from me. And I'm gonna expect some things of you too, of you as well. And this video is also gonna contain a background story of how I got into personal training, my life before personal training, and where I'm at now, okay? So, let's get right into it. All right, so starting off, I was born and raised in the Bronx. I'm an April baby, Aries. Aries, all my Aries gangs, type Aries down in the comments section, all right? Type down Aries if you're part of the Aries gang. Anyway, so born and raised in the Bronx, had aspirations of becoming an NBA player, right? So I'm what you would call a late bloomer. I didn't come out the womb some 6'8" phenom, handling the rock and dunking it all over the place. No, that wasn't me. That was not me. So there's that part, right? But as I got older, I got better. Played in high school, didn't play in college. Got cut twice, my only 2 years of college, really, my freshman and sophomore year. By the way, I got a bachelor's degree in business management and a minor in media entertainment. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, got cut in college twice during tryouts. Always made it to the last days, then would get cut. People come back, people leave, they scout other players, that kind of stuff, right? The politics. So I eventually found a route that led me into the D League, which is now known as the G League of the NBA, right? So that's where you can basically pay to get in, enter, pay to get in to like the national tryouts and then individual team workouts and tryouts and stuff like that, right? So each city has their own team, right? So like the Knicks, for example, right? They have the Long Island Knicks and then the Westchester Knicks, right? So you had an opportunity, well, the Long Island Nets are for the Brooklyn Nets, but then the Westchester Knicks were basically for the New York Knicks themselves. So two teams in New York City, Long Island, and then, up in Westchester. But I was going around traveling, I was spending my money, I was working out, working on my game, traveling. So you get the gist of where I'm going here, right? But each year though, I got better and better and better. And then I was finally able to like get closer and closer. So by the time this was going from, let me give you our timeline. So this is ranging from 2015, 16, all the way to basically 2018, late 2018, right before I moved out of New York. So the tryouts themselves, they basically consisted of, separating into groups. First of all, everybody warmed up together. Then after that, basically split up into groups. There's typically always like 3 courts, maybe 4 courts, depending on the location of the national tryouts or wherever the teams held their tryouts at. For me, it was a great experience. And like I said, I kept getting closer and closer. So let's fast forward this a little bit. Let's just go to 2018 because this is where basically life started to change, right? I met with a former NBA player turned, I want to say coach or scout now. He played for the Fab Five. It's not Chris Webber and it's not Jalen Rose. I'll let y'all figure that one out. Basically, we stayed in contact. He said he liked my game. He wanted me to come out because he wanted to meet up again because he was going to be in New York. Mind you, I was in Chicago at the time. This is where the national trial was being held at. And he said he was going to be in New York over the weekend. Was I going to be there? Yeah. So we exchanged numbers. And let's just say he never called me back, right? Now, during these tryouts, I'm not going to make it sound like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. But some of the overseas players, some of the street ball players that would come out, some of the college kids, high school kids that would come out, I was holding my own and I was giving them work. I was. So, but, politics of the game, not coming up through the ranking system, the AAU. So it's basically like me being the unknown versus all the knowns, right? So you get what I'm saying here? But nonetheless, man, it was discouraging. It was heartbreaking because I felt like I had one foot in. All I had to do was get the other foot to come in, and I would have been in that door. But you know, things didn't work out. It took me a long time to be able to just be like, all right, it is what it is. It didn't work out. So let's figure life out from this point on, right? So after all of that, ended up moving out of New York into Delaware. Big culture change, right? So going from a fast-paced city to a slow-paced state where everything's so spread out, can't walk everywhere. You have to literally have a car because buses run ridiculous out here. So it was a difficult transition for me, to say the least. Battled with some known history of depression also, at least for myself, that I've come to learn. But during that time, definitely for sure, I knew I was depressed, didn't want to do much, trying to adjust to the life, and then having to depend on people to try to take me here, take me there. I tried to revamp the basketball thing. I fell out of it for a while. But when I would get on the court, it would come back to me. But when I was away from it, I was just like, it's like I'm forcing it, this, that, and the third. But it took me a while to get into a headspace mentally where, all right, I'm here now. There's nothing I can do about it. Life started over. So there we go. So now basically the backup was to actually, some of y'all who are following me or who are actually subscribed now and who have been following me on my social media accounts, I started this YouTube channel originally to do sports. I was talking sports all of 2019, then 2020, and then 2021, I want to say. That was about the time frame. I want to say 2019 was when I started putting the videos up. And then Russ had that 2020 game. Yeah, Nipsey, my boy Russ. In case you didn't know, as you can hear, that's my favorite basketball player, right? But nonetheless, so it was originally supposed to be a sports channel, but I took all the videos down and stuff. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with the YouTube thing at that moment in time. But eventually, in, I want to say October really starting from May to October, I was working on getting my personal training certification, right? So it was a thing in the back of my mind, but I knew I just didn't want to do a regular 9-to-5 job. And during this time frame, I was working at Planet Fitness, working the front desk, customer service. And then from there, using all that time and money, I was traveling back and forth from here to New York because I missed it so goddamn much. I just needed to get the money to be able to travel back and forth. So there was that. But then eventually that slowed down. But anyway, I was traveling back and forth. But then I spent money to start getting my personal training degree, or should I say certification, because I wasn't in school for it. But ended up getting that. Also ended up getting my nutrition certification also as well through ISSA. So from that point on, I'm thinking, all right, cool, I need to get me a job. I started applying to places. I had a couple of interviews at LA Fitness. Then I had one at Anytime Fitness. If you know about Anytime Fitness, then you know what kind of gym that is. It's kind of small. It's like a boutique kind of gym. It's nothing too big. But then shortly right after, of course, the pandemic hits. So I spent all this money. I needed to figure out a way for me to kind of maximize my certifications. I know the world shut down, so there are obviously no interactions, stuff like that. So I ended up creating my own business, right? So I was making videos. I was putting videos out here on my Instagram. I was trying to stay at least active instead of just sitting down doing nothing. And I will say 2020 was that time frame for everybody to sit down and get their together. All right. So with that being said, if you didn't come out better after 2020, it's basically on you. There was no distractions. There was literally nothing besides you just sitting down and watching Netflix all day and watching reruns of movies and shows and whatnot. So if that's all you did when the world was shut down, you didn't maximize your time. But those who did, you're probably in a better spot and probably ahead of the people who didn't take the time to maximize that time frame. But anyway, that's not a, you know, a diss or shade to anybody. To each his own. You live your life how you want to live your life. It just is what it is. But anyway, so I created my business. But first, I was trying to figure out what was I going to name it. And a little background story to the name. I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to have the typical sports performance thing in there because I knew I wanted to work with athletes also as well. But I also wanted something with it. I also wanted something with Gen Pop, all of this stuff, right? So I was just trying to get a general name. I'm gonna eventually change my name legally of my business, but basically I took the first and last. Basically the first letters of my first and last name, and then that's how I got Technique and Results, right? So Trevor Roberts, Technique, Results. So that's basically how the name came out, because I knew I wanted to teach technique and I wanted to get people results, right? So as I was learning techniques and, you know, the exercises and stuff like that, how to properly do them, I wanted to be able to teach people that. And then that basically leads into your results, right? Because once you get the technique down, you start doing the work, building it up brick by brick, and then boom, you're getting your results. Then you get your result, and then from there you just keep it going, right? So that's how the name came about. All right, so after 2020 now, I get hired to a gym out here in Delaware. Well, obviously I'm in Delaware, sorry about that. But I get hired to a gym, and then next, you know, I was working there from September 2021 to, as of recently, what is it now? It's June when I'm making this video. So probably about like 5 days ago, a week ago. So about a week ago. Shout out Bobby Schmurder. So basically, I worked over 3.5 years at that gym, and I've built up my resume. I've helped hundreds of clients in person, basically start from zero, drop weight, build up the muscle, get the physique that they desire to look for. My methods are like everybody else's. Early on in my personal training career, my methods were different, and I was still able to get people results, and then they were able to carry that with them. Some people kept it going. Other people, you know how y'all are. Y'all do the work and then fall off, come back, fall off, come back, fall off. It's the yo-yo effect of a personal trainer and their clients. But nonetheless, I love all my clients. But I've helped hundreds of people. I've even helped a few people through my own business, doing it online where I send over the workouts, I do check-ins, I've done virtual training also as well. Excuse me. So I've done everything in person, online, right? So now, fast forwarding to the present day, I've left the gym and decided to just solely focus on my business. And this is the start of it right here. You guys with me here on YouTube. I'm trying to reach everybody. I want to help as many people as I can, athlete, non-athlete. I'm gonna hit y'all with information, hit y'all with workouts, spotlight some of my clients also on YouTube. But yeah, so this is basically the start of it all. Okay, so with that being said, I am all in on this. This is the first, like I said, and as you can tell, this is the first video. But yeah, I'm diving in head first, trying to set this thing off. So now I'm starting to rambling, starting to think and stuff, as you can tell. That's basically been my journey. So it's been a long road, a lot of self-analyzing, a lot of trying to identify with myself, like where I want my life to go. What is something else that I have some interest in, and then turn that into a passion. And ever since then, I've basically started with myself. I've transformed my eating habits, and then I transformed and got deeper into the workout routines. Before, when I was playing basketball consistently, trying to make it, my workouts weren't really structured. I didn't have people giving me tips and tricks and stuff like that to basically steer me in the right direction, how to work out as an athlete. I only saw the things on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube mostly. So I was just picking bits and pieces there, and then just trying to form a workout plan really for myself. But now that I had the knowledge and the base of, and the base knowledge, and now an advanced level also as well in knowledge of the sports performance and your nutrition and how to structure workouts, program designing, how many times a day a client is working out versus the other client who's just starting. You get what I'm saying? So beginner level all the way up to advanced, whatever it is, intermediate, whatever, right? So now I have all that knowledge, and now I'm more well-rounded. So with my fault, y'all. Now my dog's about to walk over here now because he was about to get introduced. What's going on? Go take a seat. I'm more well-rounded now, okay? So me combining from basically personal experience all the way to helping people out, trying to get started. I'll tell you right now, being in the gym first time, just getting my certifications and stuff, it was rough. I will say that. It was a little rough because I'm not the most, I don't want to say outgoing person. I'm a little more laid back, reserved, watch and feel for people kind of thing. Like, it's just how I am. Like, I'm more observant and I listen more before I even speak. And that's some of y'all problems too. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen, less speaking. Anyway, so it was a rough go, but over time I was able to build confidence and do more studying, do more researching, taking the time out to basically go out of the way to harness my skills. Everything started, my very first client with no money was my mom. It was my mom. Like, because it was 2020, the world was locked down. Like, we had to do something. I tried to get my father to get into it. He started up, but then eventually he dipped off. But my mom and I kept it going down in the basement. So, yeah. But with that being said, getting back to present day, I'm more now locked in towards my athletes now, because that's, like I said, that's the thing that I want to do. But I'm also still helping the general population too. Makes sense? So this channel is going to be all about the athletes, with a little sprinkle of things that the non-athletes can do as well. But this channel here is going to be basically how to get more explosive, how to build more power, how to get stronger, how to be more durable. Because god damn, the NBA went through it this year with Achilles tears. ACL is the highest one in sports, but the Achilles, man, it's been a crazy year in the NBA. 8 people went down with that. So durability is going to be a big thing on this channel also as well. And then, some tips and tricks also for trying to, if y'all are interested in, trying to get to, what the steps to take for someone who's not getting the conventional route versus the conventional route of trying to make it to pro basketball. I can't speak on football too much because I don't know the route to actually try to go pro, how that goes, but I can speak to basketball. So all my athletes, whether you're a basketball player, football player, soccer player, baseball, track, I'm gonna bring you all the information, all the goodies on this channel right here. All right. So if you guys got any questions, if I missed anything else you want to know, go ahead, comment down below. Drop your questions. I will come back, make another video answering y'all questions. Also, go ahead. I will drop my links down in the description as well to my social medias. Go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, TikTok. I'm starting to get my Facebook page in order. So I'll even drop the Facebook. Excuse me. So I'll drop all of those down in the description below with the links. Go ahead, click them down below. Oh, before I even go, the dog. Hey, Bandit. Bandit. Hey. I was gonna show you off to the people. All right, anyway, so go ahead, follow your boy on social media, comment down below, and I will, if I missed anything, don't worry, I'll show a picture of my dog every now and again on my Instagram. So for all the dog lovers out there, y'all get to see this grown ass dog. So go ahead, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Technique and results. I got a shirt. I'm working on getting more shirts so that way you guys can purchase them. Hopefully you guys will support your boy. I want to grow this thing out with y'all. You know, it's not just all me. I want to grow this thing out with you guys, bring you guys the content that you want to see and hear. I'm going to try to link with some other people within my field also as well. I have one particular person that I might be able to get on camera. Yeah, if you've been on my Instagram, if you're coming to my YouTube from Instagram, you know what I'm talking about, because I've got videos with him. So I'm going to try to get him on the camera also as well. He's trying to start up his YouTube also. So this might be a good start for the both of us. But yeah, y'all, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with more videos for you guys. Peace.